10 universities, central universities we are taking for our study. In that, total central university people, around 10,000 people, 10,000 people are there. Minimum 10% we supposed to take, isn't it? Minimum 10% of the total population we have to take. Minimum 10% of the people he is supposed to say, or otherwise sometimes more than 1 lakh people it is there. Sir, you said 10% of the people, 10% of the 10% of the sample it is there now. Why you are taking only 10 lakh people? You are taking as only 1,000 people, sir. It is not a way of sampling which method you are going to use means. Sometimes the population is more, a universe is very high. What we have to do is, there is a formula in a research methodology. Of course, they didn't give in this book. Will share you. As per that formula, they can use it, and either 5% or 4%. How many no questionnaire received, or how many people they responded positively out of the 1 lakh 5,000 or 2,000, 3,000 or 4,000, that you may consider. But with a systematic approach, you can add it. That we can say that for the study. You take example of the another example. I'll tell you sampling the better way of the sampling. I'll tell you sampling means only thing we will do. See many pictures nowadays. They are releasing trailer. What it is meaning trailer? Trailer, it gives you information about that particular 2.5 hours movie. It's containing one and a half minute, not even one minute. It will give that the picture will be is like that. The sample they are giving. That means earlier when we are going to use to purchase any groceries and all those things, we have to check sample. Can you show the no, rice? Can you show the sugar? Can you show the various things? If we will check these particular sample is good, then we can move for the purchase of the groceries. Or otherwise, we can check various things, then only we will purchase for the all those things. That means sample we have to check it, isn't it? ఐడియా వచ్చిందండి? అర్థమవుతుందండి నేను చెప్పేది?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is the meaning of this sample. Somebody yesterday asked about the sir probability sampling and what is the probability sampling, sir? The probability sampling is actually there is two types of samplings: probability, non-probability sampling. Usually, the theory of the probability will helping to the finding the characters. We can say that finding the chances of the particular sampling unit being included in our sample or not. If it is not included in our sampling, we have to add it. That we can say that in probability sampling. ఏంది సార్ ఏదో యూనిట్ యాడ్ చేయాలి లేకపోతే పర్టికులర్ ఛాన్సెస్ సాంప్లింగ్ యూనిట్ ఇంక్లూడ్ అయిందా లేదా చెక్ చేయాలి, అదేనా సార్ ప్రాబబిలిటీ సాంప్లింగ్ మీన్స్ అంటే? వెన్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రాబబిలిటీ సాంప్లింగ్, what purpose we are collecting these probability, where we are collecting probability, if that probability it is there or not in your sampling. If it is not there, if it is not included, you supposed to include in your our sampling, our unit in our sample, then only we can say that it's a probability sampling. Simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, systematic random sampling, multi-stage random sampling. This various types of random samplings are there. I'll tell you what is the meaning of random sampling. What is the general, we can say that random sampling means what it is. Every individual unit or every combination of the units have equal chances of being chosen. That means There are two types of random sampling. One is SRS with replacement of SRSWR, SR without replacement. That means I'll tell you, when we are going to choose the sampling, randomly sampling. Randomly sampling means when we are going to collect the data, randomly every 20% out of the class, 20 people, 40 people are then in that particular class. Every 15%, every 15th person they're supposed to fill the questionnaire, or every 10th person they're supposed to questionnaire randomly. Every 10th person, that means every class contain 40 members, means four questions, four questionnaires we are select, four person respondents we are selecting from the each class. This is one type of the sampling. Another one is, you can say that, stratified random sampling. It means the population into the criteria, a group of people in the direction, or experimental control. That's main intention. What it is here, two types of stratified sampling are there: proportional stratified and disproportional stratification. What is the proportional stratification means? More and more units will be drawn from the strata, which are really, large. Proportionate means what is the proportion? These particular percentage, these particular number of groups, these particular number of identification, these particular variables, whether you are going to use in a stratified random sampling. Disproportionate means allocation of the criterion independent of the strata. That means sometimes there is no specific the proportionate. Sometimes 10%, sometimes 20%, sometimes as per the convenience of the researcher, that you can take it is as a disproportionate stratified random sampling. Systematic random sampling means, earlier what we said, every fourth person, they supposed to one class from every fourth person they supposed to take like that, simple random sampling. Or otherwise, you can select the random sampling with every 5 or every 10 or every whatever it may be. Just you choose, pick and choose method. But systematic random sampling, you take it as example 1 to 100. Each 5, you supposed to take one questionnaire. It's a systematic 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. It's a systematically you supposed to take the questionnaire from those particular people. So random sampling also you said, simple random sampling also you said that, only every class they have only 4% or 50% you supposed to one questionnaire. It is just, I said an example for the fourth, fifth person, or otherwise sixth person, or otherwise you take a third person, or fourth person, or whatever it may be. But every classroom you're supposed to take 5 questionnaires. But it is not like that. Every fifth person they're supposed to a systematic numbering, a systematic tools you supposed to apply for the collection of the data with the random sampling, systematic random sampling. Isn't it multi-stage? What it is ultimately, the collection from the given population, then the population is very large. When the population is just very large, means the universe, I said, sometimes, thousand, sometimes, lakh, sometimes, 10,000 or 10 lakhs, or what we have to do is to reduce the sampling size without sacrification, the perception also ensure the representation. Multi-stage random sampling, you have to technique, you have to apply for that. Yes, just I said, sir, 10% you supposed to take another, but why you are taking less means heavy population. That means we can't to take within that stipulated period. We are not unable to, we are not able to complete our work. So what we have to do is to reduce the population, or whatever the choosing area you may decrease as per the that particular stipulated period. Then you can take it is as a use at the time multi-stage random sampling. That means, sometimes we are selecting for the, you take example of the, our work is distance education students library information science in India. User satisfactions of distance education libraries in India, isn't it? How many distance education centers in all over India? We don't know actually. It's more than 100 or 200, or we don't know. Actually, how we are going to collect the data? You take example of the only one Ambedkar Open University. The people supposed to around 15,000 or 10,000 people are there. Just like that, you take 200 institutions means 200 into 200 into 15,000. It was around, I don't know, 250,000 or 3 lakh people. Is it possible to do the research with the 250,000 people within the stipulated period of your research? No, it is not possible. What we have to do is we have to decrease the population, or we have to decrease the geographical area. Decrease means, sir, you said that population you're supposed to decrease, a geographical area you're supposed to decrease, or an age group you're supposed to decrease, or and what measure steps you are going to take for the decrease of the your research. That means here a systematic manner you're supposed to apply for that. What is the systematic manner? Either you are going to taking as a gender, either going to take as a geographical area, either you are going to take as a age group, either you are going to take as a which method you are going to use. And just like that, the discrimination. Somebody is making noise. That is the system we are going to use for the multi-stage sampling system. Just like that, cluster sampling, we can say that another one is a good thing is a non-probability sampling. Two things are there. One is accidental sampling. Another one is quota sampling. What is accidental random sampling? Accidental sampling and quota sampling. What it is accidental sampling means? I said, random sampling means
Excuse
each
me,
and every class. Yes, please.
such small that
Yeah.
మల్టీ-స్టేజ్ ర్యాండమ్ సాంప్లింగ్ లో రిమైనింగ్ పీపుల్ ఎవరైతే మనం ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ చేస్తున్నామో అలాంటప్పుడు అవుట్పుట్ రీసెర్చ్ అనేది ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా ఎలా రావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుంది?
అయితే దట్ అవుట్పుట్ ఎలా రావడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటుందనంటే, బికాస్ యువర్ శాంపుల్ ఈజ్ వెరీ హై అన్నప్పుడు ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ యూ సపోజ్ టు టేక్ దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ ద టైం. అంటే అంత టైం తీసుకొని నీకు రీసెర్చ్ చేసేంత టైం ఒకటి ఉంటుందా? వన్ థింగ్. అనదర్ వన్ ఈస్ ద ఏజెన్సీస్ ఆఫ్ ఫండింగ్ ఏజెన్సీస్. The corporate institutions and the funding institutions, they are ready to bear for the pay the money for your research. Second one. Third one is, are you able to do the research in that particular 5 years or 6 years or 10 years? And the fourth one is, if you are doing the huge number of the population of the in your research or in your dissertation or in your project, are you able to bear all information in that particular thesis? The fifth one is, see, when you are going to complete your thesis, or when you are going to complete your research, or when you are going to complete your dissertation, the finding results, if less people are left, less population, or less target of the people of the audience may take little bit time, or funding and all those things they may consider. When we are going to you take the huge population of the data, what it is content. I said in all the problems. The last one is, as per the objectives you will get the result, that's okay. If you are not getting the result as per the objective, you will get the loss of money, you will get the loss of the time, you will get the loss of name and fame of the your person and particular institutions. So that's what the thing is. When you are going to take multi-stage random sampling, you may consider as possible as how much of the time it will take. That's what The skeletal, the synapses will decide how much of the time it will be take, from when to when you are going to complete your research work, and the scope what it is, the limitation what it will contain. See, I said, just now I spoke to you regarding one particular title, user satisfaction in a distance education learning center in India, I said. But since the distance education started from to not today, I'll take a sample for the 10 years from the 2003 to 2023, from the 2000 to 2023, or 2000 to 2010, or 5 years, or 6 years, 10 years, or max 20 years, not more than that. If you are going to research from the back means long back means it will take a lot of time, isn't it? Time, money, and stipulated period we can't reach, and many things we supposed to spend it, bear it. Is it possible? See, even in one project you supposed to complete it 1 year. Even your PhD you supposed to complete 3 or 5 years. Even you supposed to complete your project within the 6 years. Even SR, we can say that senior research. Sorry, what we'll call in faculty members, they will get a small project will be there, big project will be there. Even small projects and big projects also. Small project you supposed to submit 1.5 year to 2 years, and big project you supposed to submit in 3 years. That is which is offering by the CSIR or ICSR institutions. But within these particular stipulated period, are you able to complete that? You supposed to analysis. You think over on that. అర్థమైందమ్మా?
ఓకే సార్. ఎస్ సార్.
Then accidental random sampling means what it is, when we are going to, I said, sir, sampling, you said, general simple random sampling means you supposed to take 5 or 10 or from the each institution, or you said, systematic random sampling means every 5% or every particular variable you supposed to take. But accidental sampling, what it is, when we are going to meet the response persons, that means users, when we are collecting the data, you supposed to take the those person we are going to meet accidentally, you can take from the that person also, you take the data. Suppose you while you are moving to the particular institutions, accidentally 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, there is a systematic, not every 15%, not each class in a five, not each institution is like that. ఎవరు కలిస్తే వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చేస్తున్నాం మనం. ఎవరు ఇన్ ద సెన్స్ the target audience, how many people are going to collect it, and the same thing we are going to add it here, isn't it? Random, accidental random sampling అని అంటే మనం ఆ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ కి వెళ్ళి డాటా కలెక్ట్ చేసేటప్పుడు యాక్సిడెంటల్ గా వాడు ఏజ్ గ్రూపా, చిన్నోడా, పెద్దోడా, లేకపోతే ఆ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఓడా, లేకపోతే మనం ఒక ఏరియా పెట్టుకున్నాం మల్టీ స్టేజ్ లో, వీళ్ళని ఒమిట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాం, వాడా వీడా ఎవడు కాదు, ఎవడు కలిస్తే వాడికి ఇచ్చేసి యూ కెన్ కలెక్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ది డాటా ఫ్రమ్ దోస్ పర్టికులర్ పీపుల్. అంటే సార్ సంబంధం లేని వాళ్ళు అంటున్నాం, ద పీపుల్ ఆర్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు ది అవర్ సబ్జెక్ట్ రిలేటెడ్ ఏరియా పీపుల్. Then only we are collecting the data from the accidental random sampling. Quota. I said, every we are collecting the data from the. I said, each class I supposed to collect the from the those particular uh, 4 or 5, just like that. It's a quota. See, when we said, BC 20% of the quota, SC 15% of the quota, just like that, quota sampling for these particular group of the people, BA people, we are collecting the question from the 10%. Or BSc students, we are collecting the data from the 20%. Or MSc, we are collecting the data from the 20% of the group. Each group, or we can say that each institution, or we can say that, each age group, or you can say that each gender, this much of the quota we are allocating for the research, whether that much of the quota you are collecting from those particular variables. The variables, or we can say that, target audience or users or responses or whatever it may be. That we can say that, quota random sampling, we can say that. So this is the sampling and systematic random sampling or simple random sampling, multi-stage random sampling, quota sampling, and accidental random sampling, sampling techniques, how we are going to use, and all those things we discussed. Any doubt, you can pose any question. Now we are move for the data analysis statistical method. Please, do you have any question? Please carry on. Okay. Yeah, please, చెప్పండి.
Sir, please explain this proportional stratification and disproportional stratification, please, once again, sir.
Yeah, that's proportional means, you take example of the out of the 2,000 people, proportionally what we have to do is, from each group we are divided 1,000 people, we are divided into the 4 groups. In that 4 groups, the one group is divided as a age group, one group is divided as a classes groups. Classes means BA, BSc. Another group is take it into as a you know uh, seniors and juniors. Another group taken as a failures or successor groups. 4 groups. Proportionally, see here, proportional and quota. There is a near relation between quota and proportional. Proportional, you supposed to take from the BA, BSc classes. Proportionally, you take 10 to 20%. And the BSc first year and second year classes, you supposed to take 15 to 10%. Proportional, not exact, but you supposed to take these particular proportional data from these particular independent variable group. Or you can say that as your variable group, or you can say that your respondents. Non-proportional means out of the disproportional means out of the 4 groups, you can take a proportional from the each group, or you combine it into 2 groups, you combine it 3 groups, or you combine it to 4 groups. Proportionally, you can take the data from those particular 1,000 people, isn't it? But quota, it is exactly you supposed to take 10% of the that particular group, or 20% of the that particular group, or 30% of the that particular group. That means you have to say the exactly this much of the data we are collecting from this particular group, because we mentioned some particular quota for that particular people. At any cost, you have to collect the data from the that particular BSc people. You collect the 20% at any cost. But proportional, 10 to 20%, but not exactly it nearer or more than, isn't it? Disproportionate is not, it is the combination of the all the group, combination of the all the group, or combination of the universal, or in a combination of the population. You can collect the data from that particular group. అర్థమైందా అండి?
Okay, sir. Thank you. Proceed for the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, next lesson, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Another one is we will enter into the data analysis. Yeah. Because from yesterday and today also off class we discussed about the data collection tools. After collecting the data, what we have to do for the analysis? See here, various method we are collecting the data: survey or sample, simple random, and primary, secondary, tertiary, various sources we are collecting the data. But after collecting the data, what you have to do as a researcher? The first thing is, classification of the group collected data. After collecting the data, you have to classify by the geographical area, or chronological, or you can say that quantitative, or that in a numerical, we can say that, or qualitative method you can put into the divide. Because why ఎందుకు సార్ ఇదంతా అంటే when you are going to choose your subject, like nationwide you selected, just I said, while even choosing the topic or choosing the problem also, we said that user satisfaction of the library and information learning centers in all over India, we discussed two from the North India, two from the South India, East, West, and Middle East, and like that. When going to analysis also, you have to divide like that only, geographical or chronology. I said, not we can't to do at a time in that 100 years of the research. That is a big project of the research that we can take. We can take like it will take. There is no systematic period for that. Excavations జరుగుతుంటాయి కదండి. ఆ excavations there is no particular period for that. Always they are doing, because history itself, always, always moving from the earlier history to tomorrow's history. It will the it is the bridge between earlier history to future generation. History itself, it shows that. But our research, that is also research, sir. Adi kuda research kada. Yes, that is also research. But our research is we are discussing, we are relating for the particular stipulated period, or if we don't have particular stipulated period, don't have a fund problems, don't have a time problem, that you can take as a longer vision research. But Nobel laureates anta unnaru. There is no specific one year, 2 year, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. One life మొత్తం they will sacrifice for that innovations. Finally they will get the good result. అంటే ఈ 40 ఏళ్ళు 30 ఏళ్ళు చేసింది రీసెర్చ్ కాదా? రీసెర్చ్, బట్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే there is no particular time period for that. Some innovations, some excavations, some discoveries, isn't it? uh, Come to the data analysis. When you are going to do the data analysis, data we are collecting in the questionnaire or an observation, sometimes rank wise, priorities wise, yes or no wise, or you can set that sometimes what we have to do is uh, how much of the how many computers do you have, means they'll give comparisons when we are going to comparative study. If your library you have 10 computers, will give you D, and 20 computers will give you C, and 30 computers will give you B, and more than 40 computers will give you A. When we are going to write the analysis part, see, these particular institutions is having A grade, means these particular institutions have a sufficient infrastructure, sufficient computer facility for the users in their institutions. And come to the D point of view, these particular institutions having D grade, they supposed to improve the facilities or infrastructure in the computer lab, and also as per the demand of the user, number of computers should supposed to improve. చూడండి, ఒక వర్డ్ ని ఏముంది, మా D1 దగ్గర 10 కంప్యూటర్లే ఉన్నాయి. అప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి, మనం D1 దగ్గర 10 కంప్యూటర్లే ఉన్నాయి అని చెప్పేసి రాయాలి. కానీ రీసెర్చ్ ఎప్పుడు కూడా కొట్టే తెచ్చే అన్నట్లు ఉండొద్దు, ఇజంట్ ఇట్? నిన్న రాసేటప్పుడు చెప్పాను మీకు, ఎస్టర్డే వి స్పోక్ టు యూ రిగార్డింగ్ ద స్టైల్ ఆఫ్ ప్రజెంటేషన్. Don't be negative in always, other than or otherwise in a positive way. You supposed to write like that. These particular institutions is mentioned many people as D grade, isn't it? That means many people means the users are supposed to need more computers, more infrastructure for their academic purpose. So the management is supposed to improve the facilities in that particular institution. అంటే చూడు ఎంత చక్కగా మనం రాయగలగాలి దాన్ని. అయ్యా, మీ దగ్గర కంప్యూటర్ లేవు, మీ దగ్గర కంప్యూటర్ పెడితే మంచిగా ఉంటుందని మీ యూజర్స్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేసినారు. సో మేము వీఆర్ సజెస్టింగ్ దట్ యువర్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ ఈజ్ సపోజ్ టు అలొకేట్ సమ్ బడ్జెట్ ఫర్ ది డెవలప్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది కంప్యూటర్ ల్యాబ్, ఇజంట్ ఇట్? అంటే దాని ఏంది, 10ని మనము న్యూమరికల్ డాటా we are converted as a textual data. Sometimes graphs, charts, tabular form, semi textual, textual అంటే data you may convert as a these forms. Madam, tomorrow when we are going to do the analysis, table you supposed to analysis, graph you supposed to analysis, and numerical data you supposed to analysis, just we discussed. And textual data you supposed to analysis. That means what it is, when we are going to do the analysis part, each and every form of the data you supposed to analysis as per the collecting the data from the various sources in questionnaire, ఇంకా లేకపోతే అబ్జర్వేషన్ లేకపోతే పుస్తకాల లేకపోతే జర్నల్స్ ఆర్టికల్స్ అనేది దాని ప్రకారం మనం చేసుకోవాల్సి ఉంటుంది. సో ప్రిలిమినరీ డాటా అనాలిసిస్, హౌ we are going to do the data. And sometimes here again we are telling that ఆ ఫామ్ లోకి ట్రాన్స్లేట్ చేసే కంటే ముందు we have to editing the data. What it is editing the data? The data is belongs to our subject or not. That factual errors, really, yesterday I said, cross verification is required, that you have to do the cross verification. Factual errors ఏమన్నా ఉన్నాయా, or otherwise irrelevant information it is there anything, or arithmetical errors it is there, or wrong clarification ఏమన్నా చేసామా. If it is there, you have to edit as per the if it is not related to us, eliminate that particular matter. Or you did the wrong classification, you have to put it in the systematic order. And whether that particular data is not belongs to you, keep it separate. Just you have to put in a systematic order. అంటే సార్ ఇవన్నీ మనం జనరలైజ్ గా చేస్తాం కదా సార్, మళ్ళీ దీని గురించి ఒక సిస్టమాటిక్ ఆర్డర్ కాదు. ఎస్, డైలీ మనం చేసేదే, బట్ థింగ్ ఏదో పుట్ ఇట్ ఇంటూ యాజ్ ఏ systematic way, a systematic order, isn't it? That is the thing we are going to do here. Preliminary data analysis, researcher as a research instrument function. And researcher, he work as a information processor and use selective perception, tease out the notable events, comments, determines the preliminary units of the data, creates a initial broad categories of the data units. That means data labels, respondents, when we are going to prepare a graph, when we are going to prepare a tables, when we are going to prepare a graphs in the table, graphs or pie charts or whatever it may be. It should be creativity, and it should be identifiable, it should be readable to the common candidate. నీకేది వస్తే అది, ఏది పడితే అది నాకు వస్తుంది అని చెప్పేసి ఎవరికి అర్థం కానటువంటి పిక్చర్స్, ఎవరికి అర్థం కానటువంటి టేబుల్స్, ఎవరికి అర్థం కానటువంటి గ్రాఫ్స్, ఎవరికి అర్థం కానటువంటి సోషియోగ్రామ్స్ వేస్తే అట్లా కాదు కదా. ఆల్ షుడ్ రీడబుల్, all should understandable, all should people have to know what he wrote, what he find, what he did in research. So that is the thing we have to mention. And here so frequency of the distribution, just like when we are going to then I said when we are going to distribute the data, I said random sampling, or systematic random sampling, or multi-stage random sampling. Multi-stage random sampling, when we are going to deletion of the data, I said the age group, or all those things. Or systematic random sampling, when we are going to distribute the questionnaire, or when we are going to collect the data from the age groups, I said. Here they mentioned in the frequency of the distribution age group 18 to 21, 21 to 25, 25 to 35, or 35 to 45, 45 to 60, or 65 to 70, 75 to 80. Just like that, the age group they are divided. And frequency means how many people are there, how many students are there, or how many respondents are there. That means they will mention 70 to 80%, 80 age group people are very lesser. And even starting 18 to 21 people are so very lesser. బట్ మెజారిటీ ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ ఎవరు ఉంటారంటే 21 to 25 ఆర్ 25 to 35 ఆర్ మ్యాక్స్ 35 to 45. బికాజ్ ఎట్లా చెప్తున్నారు మీరు సార్ అంటే వాట్ ఈజ్ యువర్ టార్గెట్ users, what is your who are your responses? If the people you are going to do the research on IITians, IITian people ఎవరు ఉంటారు ఏజ్ గ్రూప్ అంతా నాట్ మోర్ దెన్ 30 ఏజ్ గ్రూప్ అంటే 30 ఏజ్ గ్రూప్ వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువ ఉంటారు. ఆర్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ ది రీసెర్చ్ ఆన్ ద ఫ్యాకల్టీ మెంబర్స్ మోర్ దెన్ 40 years ఆర్ 35 years, 35 years to 60 years, just like that. Who is your target audience? Based on that the frequency will be higher, based on that the frequency will be decrease. And age group years inclusive type means here sometimes you may inclusive also 21 to 24, just it's a common thing. And proportion is percentage also. This particular staff teaching 56 was how much you supposed to mention, or in 20 was how much we supposed to mention. See, I said, proportion, just I said this much of the proportion of the data we supposed to take, isn't it? Sometimes what it is happened in proportion, I said earlier, BSc classes or first year classes, second year classes, like the age group or something. I said failure or successor people are divided. Even failure or successor groups also. Successor groups, first year people or second year people, you divided. Overall, total is 100. Successor group total is 100. But 50-50 you supposed to take, or 60-40 you supposed to take, or otherwise, 70-30 you supposed to take. How you are going to supposed to take? Means half of you supposed to take, or 70, what is the ratio? Ratio between the age group, the already those who are having that particular group. BSc సక్సెసర్ గ్రూప్ లో ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ పిల్లలు మొత్తము సెకండ్ ఇయర్ పిల్లలు మొత్తం 100 ఉంటే సక్సెసర్ గ్రూప్ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ దాంట్లో 30 మంది ఉన్నారు, సెకండ్ ఇయర్ గ్రూప్ దాంట్లో 70 మంది ఉన్నారు. సో ఓవరాల్ ఈస్ 100. బట్ యూ సపోజ్ టు మెన్షన్ 30/70, నాట్ రెండు గ్రూపులు ఉన్నాయి కదా 50-50 అని మెన్షన్ చేయదు. వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యాక్చువల్ factual data it is there, the same thing you supposed to mention. Proportionally they supposed to give the percentage. 30కి ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ వస్తుంది, 100కి 30%, 70కి 100కి ఎంత పర్సెంట్, 70%. The same thing you supposed to write right side. Because why sir making the table, the percentage, why you are making proportionate, why you are making the table, it gives the visual data. But when you are going to describe the data in the down of the table, it will give the brief details about that particular about table, isn't it? Second year, those who are economic people are there, economic subject, BA or BSc, BA or MA people are there in our group. Economics వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారమ్మా ఎవరైనా?
ఉన్నాం సార్. ఎకనామిక్స్
వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారా?
ఉన్నాను సార్.
ఓకే. మీకు in second year, I think second year, PG second year or final year of BA, mean, mode, median ఐడియా ఉందా మీకు? ఈ క్లాసెస్ జరిగినాయి.
లేదు సార్, ఐడియా లేదు. మోడ్ మీన్ మోడ్ మీడియం సార్.
మీన్ మోడ్ మీడియన్ ఐడియా ఉందా అమ్మా ఎవరికైనా?
మీడియం ఉంది సార్.
ఏంటిదమ్మా చెప్పండి, మీకు తెలిసిన కాడికి చెప్పండి. కంపల్సరీ ఏం చెప్పాలని ఏం లేదు కదమ్మా. కానీ ఒక్కటి మాత్రం నిజం, ఈ మూడింటికి సెంట్రల్ వాల్యూ ఆర్ యావరేజ్ వాల్యూ అనేది ఒకటి వస్తుంది. సెంట్రల్ వాల్యూ ఆర్ యావరేజ్ వాల్యూ చెప్పండి, ఇప్పుడు చెప్పండి. మీన్ అంటే ఏంటిది?
సార్ మీన్ అంటే రాసుల మొత్తంపై రాసుల సంఖ్య.
గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్. దాన్ని తెలుగులో ఏమంటామంటే ఇట్స్ యూజ్డ్.
గణిత సగటు అంటాం సార్.
ఎస్, ఓకే, గన్ సగటు ఆర్ మెజర్ ఆఫ్ సెంట్రల్ టెండెన్సీ. ఎస్, ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. ఇంకా ఇంకెవరైనా చెప్పగలుగుతారా? వినపట్లేదు, యూ స్పీక్ లౌడ్లీ. ఎనీవన్? మీడియన్ అంటే ఏందమ్మా? గుడ్. ఇప్పుడు ఎవరు చెప్పినారో దట్ ఈస్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ రైట్ వన్. మోస్ట్ కామన్లీ వెన్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యూజ్ ది మీన్ మీన్స్ used measure of central tendency, we can say that measure of central tendency. in arithmetic తెలుగులో ఇప్పుడు చెప్పింది రాసుల సంఖ్య మొత్తం బై రాసుల
రాసుల మొత్తంపై రాసుల సంఖ్య.
రాసుల మొత్తం బై రాసుల సంఖ్య. దట్ మీన్స్ ఇట్స్ వాట్ అరౌండ్ మీన్, arithmetic mean.
Average.
Yes,
Average
average,
of
exactly,
all
we can
all
say
numbers.
that we can say that it's exactly central tendency, which is the central one. రాష్ట్రాల మొత్తం బై రాష్ట్రాల సంఖ్య అన్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, దాన్ని కొట్టి వేస్తే ఆ దాంట్లో మొత్తం అనేది ఒకటి వస్తుంది కదా, దాన్ని ఏమంటామనంటే మీన్ అని చెప్పేసి అని అంటాం. ఒకటి. రెండవది, వెన్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు స్కోర్ ద వాల్యూ ఆర్ వెన్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు స్కోర్ ది డాటా అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ది 7, 1 2 3 4 5, out of the 8, or you can say you can take the out of the 9 or whatever it may be. When the central, which one is the central one? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Which is the central one? Fourth or fifth one?
5. 5.
5. Okay, good.
Yeah.
That is mean. Another one is you take example of the one something they mentioned, out of the 10 are there, 9 are there. You take example 6 7 8 or 4 to 5, just like one, which is the whatever the it's not exactly serial number. The same thing applicable to the fifth number will be the central tendency. The same thing, another one is average. When we are going to take the fifth one out of 9, fifth one is the central figure. So this central figure will be take consideration with the formula of, just you take example of the formula will be there in your book, you can check it out.
Sum of all numbers by how many numbers?
Yes, all number by n. That means you supposed to, these particular formula will help you analysis of the data of particular mean. And another one is median. What is the meaning of median? ఇప్పుడు మీరు చెప్పారు కదా, సేమ్ థింగ్. మీడియన్ అంటే ఏంటిది?
Middle of the number.
Exactly middle of the number.
Exactly middle of the number. But what about the mean?
That is the average.
That is the average. Good, very good. But the central number will be high or low, or you can say that percentage, it will supposed to the same to the earlier one. ఈ యావరేజ్ కి ఈ ప్లస్ ఈ మిడిల్ నెంబర్ కు సేమ్ ఉంటుందా, ఏమైనా తేడా ఉంటుందా? ఇప్పుడు మీరు యావరేజ్ చెప్పినారు, విచ్ వన్ ద మీన్ ఈజ్ యావరేజ్, బట్ మీడియన్ ఈజ్ సెంట్రల్ వన్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ 8 it is there, 1 2 3 4 6 7 8 it is there, which is the middle one, which is the central one? 8 కి సెంట్రల్ లోనే ఏంటిదమ్మా?
Sorry.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't it? 8 numbers are there, or 8 respondents are there, or 8 labels are there. Out of these 8 labels, which is the middle one, exactly middle one? Which
Four
number
point
is the?
4 and 5, sir.
తీసుకొని బై 2 చేస్తాం సార్.
Who said 4 and 5?
4.5, sir.
No, 4 and 5 are the middle. So 4.5 is exactly correct. But thing is, when we are going to analyze the data, we are not into consideration 0.5. So that's why 4 and 5 we are supposed to take. Why? Because middle means either end of the, after middle left side, after middle right side, after middle up, after middle low. Same number should supposed to there. ఇప్పుడు మీరు 4.5 తీసుకున్నా, 4 తీసుకున్నా, ఇటు సైడ్ 3 వస్తాయి, అటు సైడ్ 4 వస్తాయి. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ మిడిల్ పాయింట్. Isn't it?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's why 4 and 5 తీసుకుంటే this left side will be 3, right side will be the 3.
3.
So
Yes.
central exactly midpoint will be 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
Yeah, same thing when you are going to the unit model or bio model will be the graph of in your book. They will mention some places the graph will be high, at the same time it is downing. The another one is bimodal. 2 places the graph will be high, little bit slow, again high, again it will down. The first one is middle point will be the high range we can put it. But second one is 2 places we have to put into the middle point. అంతే కదండి. సెకండ్ గ్రాఫ్ లో 2 చోట్ల ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, మొదటి గ్రాఫ్ లో ఒక చోట ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ వస్తుంది అనమాట.
Yes, sir.
మీడియన్.
This is the mean, this is the median.
Median.
Yeah. Measure of central tendency, the measure of exactly middle point, we can say that. Another one is mode. What it
Mode.
is mode?
మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ రిపీటెడ్ నెంబర్స్ సార్.
Most of,
రిపీటెడ్ నెంబర్స్.
ఇంకా మా ఇంకా ఎనీథింగ్? అది జనరలైజ్. యూ సెడ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది రిపీట్, ఇట్స్ జనరలైజ్. బట్ వెన్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు రైట్ అమ్మమ్మ,
ఫార్ములా కూడా ఉంటుంది సార్.
ఎస్, ఫార్ములా కూడా ఉంటుంది.
3 ఇంటూ మధ్యగతం -2 ఇంటూ అంకగణిత సగటు అనుకుంటా సార్.
నాకు అంత స్పెసిఫిక్ ఐడియా లేదు. బట్ థింగ్ ఏంటంటే
హియర్ నెంబర్స్.
Which number is repeatedly frequently in the series of numbers?
yes,
That is
exactly. Yes, exactly. Simply we find when we are going to write the said that occurs most often repeated, or most often distribution, or most often the data which is reflecting, most often the number will be replicate, most often the data will be visible. We can say that it's a mode. ఎందుకు ఆ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్స్ ఇట్ విల్ బి visible, replicatable, or distributable, or you can say that what we can say that labels or score values we mentioned means when we are going to give this particular number will be this particular percentage. Suppose out of the 200, the total is 200. Variables are 4. 4 means each 50, 50, 50 should be there. Total 200 you supposed to there. Out of the 200, each 50 means what is the percentage? 25%, 25%, 25%. but these all are 50, isn't it? When you are going to take the variables, first one is 50, second one is 25, third one is 25, last one is 100, is like that, 125 is like that. Which is the most replicated or repeated number? 25 is the repeated number. But 25, what is the, it is percentage? 12.5 out of the total. So when we are going to take the consideration of the total of the above variables equivalent to the percentage, that percentage will be the total will be the same, the variables total will be the same, but the variables will be, number of variables will be replicating, our number of variables will be most often distributed, the number of variables most often visible, that we can say that it's a mode, isn't it? సో దీన్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని ఏమవుతుందంటే, ఎందుకు ఆ మోడ్ యొక్క ఇంటెన్షన్ ఏంటంటే, ఆ 1కి లేకపోతే ఆ 25కి ఏ నెంబర్ అయితే ఊకే రిప్లికేట్ అవుతా ఉందో ఆ నెంబర్కి ఒక మన స్పెసిఫిక్ పర్సంటేజ్ అనేది వస్తుంది. ఆ స్పెసిఫిక్ పర్సంటేజ్ విల్ బి when we are going to analyze the data, we can easily find out to this particular area, the mean percentage will be so and so, that we can write like that. Median percentage data is like that. The mode percentage of the data will be right like that. So this is the mean, mode, median of this thing. Another one is
Then more than 2 modes will be there. Will get
more
right,
than
sir?
2.
2
Which
modes.
which
Like that means.
yeah. See, that's what I said.
Yes.
What we can say that exactly. Most often, that's what I said.
Okay, yes.
Sometimes, usually, when we are going to do the analysis part, most probably more than 1 times or more than 2 times. One is generalized, more than 2 times, more than 3 times, because that's what depends on the variables, depends on the opposite, how many people responded, how many people are responded, how many people, their views, opinions are consideration for our study. అయితే ఇక్కడ మనము రీసెర్చ్ గురించి చదువుకునేటప్పుడు మెయిన్ మోడియం సార్ మంచిగా చెప్పారు సార్. ఇట్ ఈస్ రియల్లీ హౌ ఫార్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యూస్ఫుల్ టు ది రీసెర్చ్ ఫర్ ఓన్లీ సోషల్ సైంటిస్ట్ ఆర్ సైంటిస్ట్ ఆర్ జనరల్ scientists, they can use, or only project purpose they can use. No, because here these mean, median, mode, you can take in consideration data analysis for the any discipline, not only this particular measure of the description అనేటువంటిది ఏముండదు, దేనికైనా యూజ్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఆస్కారం ఉంటుంది. ఇంకోటి ఏమంటే ఇక్కడ మనము ఈ మెజర్స్ చేసేటప్పుడు, మెజర్స్ అంటే యూజువల్ గా మనం మన లాంగ్వేజ్ లో చెప్పాలంటే తెలుగు కానీ లేకపోతే మన జనరలైజ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో చెప్పేటప్పుడు అంటే ఈ లెక్కలు లేకపోతే ఈ అనాలిసిస్ చేసేటప్పుడు, why the total data will be in the table, tabular form, or table form, or numerical form. That means when you are going to take one particular table, you no need to enter into the brief. When you are going to observe that particular table, all the data about that particular about the question. That means the table it will replicate the data of that particular question. ఒక టేబుల్ చూడగానే మనకు ఒక ఐడియా వస్తుంది. కొన్నిసార్లు ఏం చేస్తున్నా అంటే, yesterday I spoke to you regarding rank correlation. Rank correlation means one question ఇచ్చాము, ఏంటిది ఆ క్వశ్చన్ will be the what is the services of question will be the services of the state central library. లెఫ్ట్ సైడ్ లో వేరియబుల్స్ ఏం తీసుకుంటాం మనము, ఒక 10 ర్యాంక్ మనం 6 ర్యాంక్ స్కేల్స్ పెట్టుకొని, ఫస్ట్ ర్యాంక్ విల్ గోస్ టు ది సర్క్యులేషన్ సెక్షన్, సెకండ్ ర్యాంక్ విల్ గోస్ టు ది documentation section. Third rank will goes to the computer section. The fourth rank will be goes to the reprographic service. Fifth rank will goes to the
Yes,
internet
sir.
section. Sixth rank rank correlation అంటే ఇట్లాంటి ర్యాంక్స్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు comparing with the other institutions or other rank services. నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ అనేది on what basis you are going to decide, second అనేది what going to you decide. That means the respondents view, the users view, the users we view here we are responsible. But thing is when we are going to correlation between these particular rank comparing with the other institutions. Suppose I said only one particular institution regarding the rank formula. That may be in one particular engineering college. You take consideration for the engineering colleges up 2, 3 or 4, 5, comparing with the other institutions like CMR and Mallaradi College or BN CBIT, Mathurishti, just like you take 4 to 5 colleges or 10 colleges or whatever it may. When you are going to rank comparison, at that time you will know. At that time you will know rank correlation. Which institution is going to get first rank for the which service? See, you take 7 institutions. I take CMR is giving first priority to the circulation section. Another people also is giving 2, 3 institutions are giving circulation. Out of 7, highest number of institutions giving first priority to which service. So that service will be the first service in first rank in out of 7 institutions. That may consider as rank priority, rank correlation between these institutions. Isn't it? అంటే ఇదంతా కొంచెం టిపికల్ ఉంటుంది. బట్ వెన్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డూ ది రీసెర్చ్ ఆర్ వెన్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు గో త్రూ యువర్ బుక్ యూ కెన్ ఐడెంటిఫై ఈజీలీ. దానికి కూడా ఒక ఫార్ములా ఉంటుంది. దట్ యూ కెన్ చెక్ ఇట్ ఇన్ యువర్ టేబుల్. ఫార్ములా ఎలా తీసుకోవాలి అండ్ లేబుల్స్ హౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు టేక్ అండ్ రెస్పాన్సెస్ హౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు మెజర్ ఇట్, హౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు క్యాల్కులేట్ ఇట్, కంపారిజన్ ఎలా చేస్తారు, అండ్ వెన్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు that particular comparized table, how you are going to analysis. It will be, you will knows by the experience. That's what the government of Telangana and earlier the AP Andhra Pradesh government also added into the research methodology in graduate level. Why? Because you have to know the things in the research, what method, styles, how you have to analyze the data. అందుకనే మీకు డిగ్రీ లెవెల్లో, ఇంటర్మీడియట్ లెవెల్లో, స్కూల్ లెవెల్లో ఎవరు ఇంత డెప్త్ గా పోకుండా ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఒక టేబుల్ ఇచ్చేసి దాన్ని అనాలిసిస్ చేయమంటారు మీ ఓన్ స్టైల్స్. మన పిల్లలు చాలా స్కూళ్ళలో, ప్రైవేట్ స్కూళ్ళలో దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ డాటా అనాలిసిస్ లైక్ సర్వే మెథడ్స్ అనో ఏదో చిన్న చిన్న ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఇచ్చి చేయమని చెప్తుంటారు. వాట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏ habituating to the learn the research methodology. ఆయనకు తెలియదు, ఆ బాబుకి తెలియదు ఇది రీసెర్చ్ అని, ఇది సర్వే మెథడ్ అని తెలియదు, ఇది శాంపుల్ మెథడ్ అని తెలియదు, ఇది ర్యాండమ్ శాంపుల్ అని తెలియదు. బట్ ఈస్ డూయింగ్ సంథింగ్, ఫైండింగ్ ఫ్యాక్ట్స్. ఈజ్ ఫైండింగ్ ఇన్నోవేటివ్ న్యూ థింగ్స్. isn't it? And another one is chi-square test. ఇది this is very important thing because most probably 70% of the social sciences or sciences or whatever it may be research the chi-square test I'm telling. Chi-square test will be helping to the data formulation. అంటే ఏంటి సార్, మళ్ళీ మీరు కొత్తగా మాట్లాడుతున్నారంటే నీకు వచ్చినటువంటి డాటా ఏదైతే ఉండిందో రెస్పాన్సెస్ నుంచి, యూజర్స్ నుంచి, ఆ డాటాని ఫార్ములేషన్ ఒక సిస్టమాటిక్ ఆర్డర్ లో పెట్టేటందుకు ఒక ఫార్ములా, దట్ వీ కెన్ సే దట్ ఇట్స్ ఏ chi-square test. We can, with this chi-square test, the data will be formulated with these particular table, these particular formula, will help you for analysis of that particular table. Chi-square test will helping to the analysis of the data, isn't it? This measure is two nominal variables between nominal and ordinal variables. Sir, what is the nominal? What is the ordinal variables means? It's just like you're supposed to take two variables means when we are going to universe, two means 100 is there. Out of the 100, 50-50 we are going to divide. But when we are going to write the tabulation form, factual data out of two, how much it is there? Sometimes it may be 22-80 or 30-70 or 60-40 or 55-55 or 65-35. Just like what it is actually factual data. The factual data you're supposed to mention in the chi-square test. As per the formula, as per the formula, as per the formula of the chi-square test, it will analyze, it will formulate it, and it will be textual form. You can write it in your own way, what it is up in your table. ఏం లేదు, ఈ chi-square టెస్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఫార్ములా టెస్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత వచ్చినటువంటి డాటాని మనము కింద టేబుల్ కింద మనం ద అబౌవ్ టేబుల్ ఆఫ్టర్ అప్లయింగ్ ది chi-square టెస్ట్ as per the formula we got the so and so data. This data is replicating with the technical tools application, the chi-square test application. With the help of the chi-square tool application, the above data, the above table data will be like that. అదంతా అట్లా స్పెసిఫిక్ గా మనం రాయగలగాలి. స్పెసిఫిక్ గా రాయగలిగినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది మనకి? సో see, when we are going to see that particular table, easily you can find, oh, he is applied for the chi-square test, so this is the formula he is applied, this is the percentage he got, this is the percentage tendance value, this is the central tendance value, this is the variance, this is the variables, this is the nominal variable, this is the ordinal variable. Ordinal variable how much, nominal variable how much, on what basis he did it. Okay, if he did like that, the percentage will be like that. Easily when you are going to observe the table, automatically you will find the total percentage. With the now compare with the chi-square test, if anything wrong, automatically it will shows that your data will be the error. Again you have to do where we are in a lack, where we did it mistake, and where we are in trouble. You can check it and you can write it in your own way. But thing is, either chi-square, either sociogram, either you can regression, or you can take that various tests are there, and time series when we are going to time series and what we can say that year wise the number of time series means here I'll tell you, because you take one example of this particular year to this particular year, how many houses were constructed, how many books were purchased, how many now schools were established. That means time series we can based on the time series. How we are going to set that? See, just I said that now before, CM, so you take 7 engineering colleges. Why CBIT, why Matrusri, why Vasavi, why CMR and CVR college is famous means, of course, their quality of the services, quality of infrastructure, quality of students, all those things they have based on the measures they will consider as these are the top 10 institutions which are located in the Hyderabad. We can say that like that. But here, when we are going to take the measures, a time series, how you will say that these are the top institutions out of the 100 colleges, these 7 colleges, on what basis you said that this is the quality colleges? I said some parameters like quality of the students, quality of the infrastructure, quality of the resources, quality of the teaching and all those things. We give some parameters. How do you say that? You compare with the other institutions. You compare with the other institutions, then only you said that these institution is having quality. That quality, when you are going to measure, these parameters will be up to what? From which year to which year? From which geographical time to which geographical time? అంటే మళ్ళీ geographical time series ఏంటి సార్ అని అంటే you are going to say that these institutions which are located in the Hyderabad, you are talking about the Hyderabad only. While consideration to total Andhra Pradesh, total Telangana, you take example of the CBIT, you take example of the Usmania Engineering College. How you are going to say that? I said in a measures. In that measures, while you're doing comparison these institutions, will put a time series. Time series means from 1980 to 2000. Ante these 20 years, these many books they purchased, these many faculty members, they did PhD. These many computers, labs they established. These many, this particular year, these particular new things added, this particular institution. This particular 99, this particular institution got A grade. This particular 98, this institution has got autonomy. This particular 97, these particular institutions got all are 100% pass. Or 97, these particular institutions is having all campus placements. So this time series, when we are going to say that the parameters, one of the parameter is time series. Then we measure చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ మెజర్ లో దిస్ ఈస్ ద గుడ్ క్వాలిటీ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ఇదంతా చెప్తున్నప్పుడు ఎట్లా చెప్తున్నావు, ఏ ఇయర్ నుంచి ఏ ఇయర్ వరకు చెప్తున్నావు అంటే 1980 నుంచి 2000 వరకు నేను డాటా తీసుకొని చెప్తున్నా. దీస్ పర్టికులర్ డాటా ఈస్ కంపేరింగ్ విత్ ది అదర్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్. దీస్ ఓన్లీ 7 ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ ఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ టాప్ 10 ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్. వై? బికాస్ ఈ 20 ఏళ్లలో ఈ కాలేజీలో పర్సంటేజ్ పెరిగింది, అటానమీ వచ్చింది, ఏ గ్రేడ్ వచ్చింది, యూజీసీ వచ్చింది, డబ్బులు వచ్చినాయి, ఇంకోటి వచ్చింది అంటే ఇంకోటి మిగతా కాలేజ్కి రాలేదు కాబట్టి ఈ కాలేజ్ ఈజ్ గుడ్. రాలేదని హౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సే దట్ we are comparing with the other colleges, then only we will know infrastructure, faculty qualification, faculty academic production, faculty research, and students production, students quality, students pass percentage, successors or failures, getting the jobs. See, there are various measures. Various measures లో you are supposed to take one measure is time series. From here to there, from here to there, how much? From here to there, how much? From here to there, which institution? From here to there, which institutions got high rank? So you may consider time series are also one of the criteria to select the measures for your data. 10 to 5 అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ వాళ్ళకు డిస్టర్బ్ అవుతుందేమో. షెల్ వి కన్క్లూడ్, క్లోజ్ ఇట్?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
ఎందుకంటే మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ వాళ్ళు ఉంటారు కదా,
Yes, sir.
Yes.
వాళ్ళని
Okay,
ఇబ్బంది
sir.
పెట్టద్దు కదా. నెక్స్ట్ ఏం
Thank
క్లాస్
you, sir.
ఉందమ్మా?
Digital libraries.
ఇంకా
అంతే.
Last.
డిజిటల్ లైబ్రరీస్, అకాడమిక్ లైబ్రరీస్, పబ్లిక్ లైబ్రరీస్ 3 ఉన్నాయి కదమ్మా.
Yes, sir.
టైమింగ్ వేరే ఉంది సార్ వాళ్ళకి.
టైమింగ్స్ వేరే ఉన్నాయి. ఈ రోజు కొంచెం టిపికల్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఒకవేళ మీకు స్టిల్ యువర్ బిట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్డ్ అంటే నెక్స్ట్ సాటర్డే యూ రిమైండ్ మీ అగైన్. ఐ విల్ స్టార్ట్ విత్ విచ్ ఇస్ IMP areas, important areas. We can touch upon those area. We can touch that particular area. Again, we'll start new area because అంటే ఇవన్నీ ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది అండి అంటే యూ సపోజ్ టు విజిట్ ఎనీ research institutions. You can go through the dissertations, go through the project report, go through the hypothesis or survey reports. You can check it out. You will know. ఇప్పుడు థియరీ ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్, టోటలీ ప్రాక్టికల్ ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్. ఇప్పుడు నేను ఒక ఫార్ములా చెప్పాను, తను ఒక లేడీ చెప్పింది రాష్ట్ర సంఖ్య, వండర్ఫుల్, షీ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఐడియా ఆన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ ఏరియా, బట్ ఐ కాంట్ సే ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. బట్ నేనేదో సార్ సెంట్రల్ టెండెన్సీ అంటే ఇది, మీడ్ అంటే మిడిల్ పాయింట్,
సార్ అది
మీడియం
స్కూల్లో ఉంటాయి కదా సార్ మనకి.
నో నో అంటే ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ అమ్మా, నేను ఎందుకు చెప్తున్నానంటే ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ చెప్పాలంటే చెప్పలేను.
ఫ్రెండ్స్
ఆ, ఈ ఈ ఇది అంటే ఎట్లా తెలుస్తుంది? హౌ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు, యూ లర్న్ ఓన్లీ థియరీ, బట్ వెన్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు see the one particular thesis, one particular dissertation, you will know what is mean exactly, how they are applying median, they how they are applying, and mode how they are applying. నేను కూడా పుస్తకంలో చదివింది అది కాదు కదా, అక్కడ వెళ్ళి చూడాలి how they are applying, what is practicality, that is required. అందుకనే I said, last time before last time class I said, go through Shodh Ganga website. You can download any thesis or dissertations,
సార్ విచ్
what
వెబ్సైట్?
methodology they used, what tools they used for the data collection tools. You can, అమ్మా చెప్పండి.
సార్ ఏది ఏ వెబ్సైట్ సార్? వెబ్సైట్ నేమ్?
Shodh Ganga.
Shodh Ganga. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్.
ఆ ఇన్ఫ్లిబ్నెట్ రిసోర్సెస్ అమ్మా, అది చాలా వండర్ఫుల్ రిసోర్సెస్ అమ్మా. బిఫోర్ లాస్ట్ టైం వాళ్ళు ఎవరు లేరా దీంట్లో?
లేదు సార్, నేను ఈ రోజే ఫస్ట్. సార్ క్రోమ్ లో సెర్చ్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది కదా సార్ వెబ్సైట్, అదే శోధ్ గంగా.
వచ్చేస్తుందమ్మా, వచ్చేస్తుంది.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
ఓకే
సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ కోర్స్ 3 and 4 క్లాసెస్ క్యాన్సిల్ అవుతూ వస్తున్నాయి ఎస్టర్డే అండ్ టుడే. సో నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ ఏదైనా పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంటే కోర్స్ 3 and 4 అవర్స్ ఆన్లైన్ క్లాస్ అవర్స్ క్యాన్సిల్ అవుతూ వస్తున్నాయి. సో మీకు అవైలబిలిటీ ఉంటే.
నేనేమంటున్నా అమ్మా అంటే, నాకు ముందు చెప్తే ఐ కెన్,
ఓకే.
బికాస్ ఇప్పుడు నేను ఎందుకు యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే నాకు మంచి మూడ్ ఉంది, ఆ రిమైనింగ్ కూడా కంప్లీట్ చేయాలని ఉంది.
కంప్లీట్
బట్
చేస్తే
థింగ్
బాగుంటుంది.
ఏంటంటే నా తర్వాత క్లాస్ వాళ్ళు కూడా డిస్టర్బ్ కావద్దు కదా. ఐ మీన్
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ సాటర్డేనా సార్ మళ్ళీ?
నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ సాటర్డే. నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు నా లెక్కనే ఇంకొక సార్ కూడా ఉంటాడు కదా, వెయిట్ చేస్తుంటాడు ఈగర్ గా చెప్పాలని, ఆయన ప్రిపేర్ అయ్యి వచ్చి ఉంటారు.
యాక్చువల్లీ
12:30
to 2:30 నిన్న ఇవాళ క్లాసెస్ ఏం జరగలేదు సార్. 2 hours.
మీరు అట్లా ఒక మీ కిరణ్ గానీ రాజాగూడ్ గానీ ఒక మారు ముందు చెప్పుంటే నేను ఐ వుడ్ హావ్ టేక్ ద క్లాస్, దట్స్ నాట్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లం.
మన సిలబస్
అంటే
చాలా కవర్ అవుతుంది. మాకు యాక్చువల్ గా రిమైనింగ్ చదువుకున్న అర్థం అవుతుంది సార్, బట్ రీసెర్చ్ మెథడాలజీ అలా కాదు కదా. సో అందుకనే
అవునా, కొంచెం బిట్ డిఫరెన్స్, బట్ ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. మీరు అట్లానే ఏం లేదు, ఒకసారి అట్లా ఖాళీగా ఉంటే కిరణ్ గానీ లేకపోతే రాజాగౌడ్ సార్ గానీ ఒకసారి ఫోన్ చేస్తే నేను తీసుకుంటామా, ఇబ్బంది ఏం లేదు. ఐ విల్ టేక్ కేర్. చెప్పండి, ఇట్స్ నాట్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లం.
ఓకే సార్.
బట్ ఏంటంటే త్రూ ప్రాపర్ ఛానల్ కదా, నేను ఓన్ గా తీసుకోవడానికి వీలు ఉండదు. బట్
ఓకే.
వాళ్ళు కోర్స్ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ కాబట్టి వాళ్ళు దే సపోజ్ టు ప్రిపేర్.
ఓకే.
మన
ఓకే.
వల్ల ఇతరులకు ఇబ్బంది కలగదు కదా, అట్లా. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే సార్.
ఓకే అమ్మ, హ్యావ్ ఎ
ఓకే
నైస్
సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Even I want to thank you for giving lectures in English and also online, because I'm attending these lectures from the Bangalore. So it is really difficult for me to attend offline classes. Thank you so much.